When my job at a tech company became remote, I decided to change my hectic lifestyle by moving from California to a small town on Mexico's eastern coast. I had traveled through the area a few years prior, and the vibrant culture, warm locals, and proximity to ancient ruins is what lured me back. It was just me, no family. All I really needed was a good internet connection and a peaceful setting. Thankfully, I spoke a little Spanish and was able to find a nice place to rent pretty easily. My landlady, Isabella, lived on the property. She was one of those old spiritual types who loved animals. Her sprawling backyard attracted cats, dogs, all kinds of birds, and I even saw a couple of monkeys. None of these animals appeared to actually be her pets, but they sure did like to come visit. Also in Isabella's backyard was a giant beehive that she tended with unwavering devotion. The gentle hum of bees echoed through the air and buzzed with an inexplicable energy that piqued my curiosity. I kept my distance, of course, but I did enjoy watching them. And after a while, it seemed that the feeling became mutual. I would find bees on my kitchen window for hours at a time. Then they would go back to their hives, only to return the next day. It started with just a few of them, but pretty soon it grew to an entire swarm. It got to the point that I was afraid to go out my back door for fear of agitating them. I got the sense that they turned aggressive, and I'm not sure what I did to provoke them. After a week of this, it got so bad I had to say something to Isabella. I hope my Spanish was good enough to accurately convey that I wasn't scared of them at first, but how unnerved I eventually was by the bees. She listened, and then a look of disapproval appeared on her face. Isabella said she hoped that I was different than the previous people who lived there, but the bees think I am just like the others. She said the bees are spiritual representatives of the indigenous people who prospered on this land hundreds of years ago. Conquerors came on boats with weapons and diseases. They enslaved and decimated the once fierce civilization, but they could never erase the hold that the gods have over this land, and the locals, who still carry the blood of the ancients, will forever be bound to protect it. The bees know who is worthy of being on this land, and who are not. I just stood there, wondering if I understood her correctly. I like to think of myself as an open-minded guy, but this sounded a little too out there for me. I figured I should sleep on it and decide what to do in the morning. The alarm clock woke me up at 7 a.m. like it does every day. Only this time, it was unusually dark outside. I looked out the window and realized it was the bees. They were literally darkening my window. I hopped on my laptop and racked my brain for the right words to search. I decided on angry Mayan bee gods? That was enough to pull up stories and articles about the history of these local legends. With one eye on my darkened windows, I read about the mythology surrounding the Maya gods and their deep reverence for the natural world. The Maya people believed that their gods manifested in various forms. The bees, in particular, were believed to be vessels for the natural spirits, guardians of the balance between mortals and the gods. Sometimes, they were even messengers carrying prayers and offerings to the other side. I'm not exactly sure why the spirits deemed me unworthy of living there, but I was in no position to argue. With my newfound understanding about the area's history and the descendants who remain here to safeguard their legacy, I packed my things and looked for somewhere else to live. I still quite liked this corner of the world and hoped I could make it my home, but after 2 more rentals, I got the message. This place was not the place for me.